Life after winning, not much has changed. Obviously we won, there's accolades and things that come with that, but in terms of like my day-to-day and the goals I have in my life and the things I aspire to accomplish, those things haven't been met. I mean, that was last year. This is a new year. I got the job here in fall 15, and they had won 14 games prior to me getting here. So you can kind of understand, like, walking into a program that had a lot of success or a history of success and had fallen on somewhat hard times. And that's how quick it happens at the JC level. Every year is it's a rebuilding year every year. You lose half your roster. So to build a program and develop stuff, you just constantly have to be willing to put in the time and effort, and it has to be important every year. And I think where the program's at now is we're getting some top tier talent, and then we haven't went away from the things, from the principles and some of the things that we find really important, which is that player development piece, right? So when you start with a higher floor, you're just able to be better.
The experience here was incredible. I can't complain about anything. I mean, from the day I stepped on campus to the day I left, I had a positive experience. I would recommend anybody to come here. It's a great junior college in Southern California, and it felt extra special for the amount of time I spent here to win it like that, win for the coaches and the school and the community. I think the amount of ups and downs we had in that last year when we won the whole thing made it even more special. I mean, we had to go through a lot of adversity, and we persevered through it, which made it a lot better, for sure.
We were pretty good. That 21 season, or abbreviated season, we finished second in the conference. I feel like our team was pretty good that year, maybe one of the most talented groups we've had. And then we come back in 22, and we're hosting a regional, super regional, and then last year, kind of same deal. I mean, we were the 4 seed again and got to host all the way through the playoffs until we went to the state championship and ended up winning the title. So we put a lot of emphasis on making sure each guy has a plan, and that we're spending time with them to help them implement their plan so that they can continually get better. And that allowed us to compete early, and we don't have to bridge a gap to try to compete with some of the teams that have better talent. It's like we're kind of there. We have good talent, we have good players, and we just want to make sure that we're putting in the effort that we always have. And I think that's led to a lot of our success, and I don't want to take full credit for that. Our coaching staff is phenomenal. I think number one, George Carlisle, our pitching guy, does an unreal job with our pitching staff. I haven't given him a lot to go to war with every year, but what he's got the most out of, and those guys are prepared and they're ready to go compete, and I think that's been a pretty important piece of our success.
Well, first, it's having great players. Every year we've been able to increase the talent, and I thank all the guys that came before because they laid the foundation for what we've been able to accomplish recently. The talent here has gotten better and better every single year. For me, today's guys are so much about all the information that they get online. Part of what you've got to overcome as a coach is helping them filter that information out to know what's useful and what's not, but then be able to fill the gaps. And where the gap is with today's players is just in terms of building that mental toughness and that desire to compete and desire to win.
Our biggest takeaway from George has been learning the mental side of the game and learning how to compete when pressure's high in games and being able to not lose focus. Of course, last year we finished strong and that was great, but we're looking to do it again this year and get after it.
We're essentially where we want to be, right? We're a state champion. We're competing for state championships every year. I think we're constantly bringing in good talent, moving guys on to good places to where they can go be competitive and be a major contributor to the things that, or to the places that they go, but ultimately, I'm looking forward to going out and competing more and trying to prove it wasn't a fluke, trying to prove that that we can do it here consistently and ultimately be one of those programs that's won multiple championships, and hopefully I get to retire at some point and hand it off to somebody else, and they want to maintain the same standards and want to have the same drive and hopefully like Santa Ana College like help support and facilitate what's needed to do that. I mean, it's a grind. It's a lot of hard work, and you know, like ultimately, like I'm looking forward to the future. You know, I mean, there's going to be ups and downs. It's going to be hard. Like if it was easy, like I don't know if I'd really want to do it. Like that's not like a challenge. It's not hard. I still have the goals to try to win more, and I think, like I said, the guys deserve that. The school deserves it, the program deserves it, the alumni, like all those people don't want it to be like a one-time deal. Like it should be an ongoing pursuit to try to be great at everything you do.